Hi to all. Today our class is GlideRecord example with explanation of each code of step. Here we need to count the how many incidents are active. Count how many incidents are active. So in the incident, how many incidents are there and what are the active incidents. For that purpose, we need to declare first. We need to divide into each this question into different parts because the table is incident. So incidents are active equal to true, and we need to declare for count. So how we can practice? By clicking on all, script background, because we are retrieving data from backend, so we need to use GlideRecord. GlideRecord is a server-side scripting API. We have two types of scripting: client side and server side. Client is the browser end. Server is by name itself is a server from backend. It will retrieve the data from backend. So we have different types of server scripting APIs: GlideRecord, GlideAjax. GlideAjax is both belongs to both client side and server side. It will call from server side to the client side. So GlideRecord is the most important API in the server side. Mostly all 70 to 80% of the questions coming from the GlideRecord. That's the importance of GlideRecord. So we need to practice. How we can practice GlideRecord? By script background only. So script background, this one. Count how many instances are active. So we need to declare the variables where gr equal to new GlideRecord. What table? Incident table. What is the meaning of this line or this code? Where we are declaring the variable for GlideRecord. So where gr equal to new GlideRecord incident. It will create a GlideRecord object for the incident table. This is the table. It will create GlideRecord object for incident table. This is the meaning of first line. Then next line. What is the next line? So we need to query now incident active incidents. How many incidents are active? It seems to be active equal to true. We need to apply the active equal to true. What query we need to apply? Add query. gr dot add query. Add query for what? Active instance. Active means active true. In the code we are applying as a active equal to true. Active or active true instance. Active true. These symbols are very important, so carefully observe the symbols. After the ending of line, we should use semicolon. Then only it will work. For each and every line, we should submit the semicolon. It seems to be ending of the line. So what the concept of this step is? gr.add query active true. Add query will apply filter as filter for active incidents only. Add a condition, only get active incidents. So this add query is add a condition only to show active true incidents. So true active incidents only it will show. The thumbnail is there. After gr.add query, we should use gr.query. It will query query the from backend gr.query. After that each ending of line we should use semicolons. It runs the database query for gr.add query and this variable in this incident table. Run the query to fetch data from incident table. It will run the query to fetch data. What data? Active 2 instance data. So active instance only it will fetch from incident table. Then what's the next step? We should use while loop. What are the loops we are using? While loop, if, and this and all. Mostly 90% of loops are while loops only. For example, number of reports are there, we need to use while loop. For restrict the single record, we should use if loop. If count is more, we should use while loop. Before that, where count equal to 0. And the code. It will, what's the meaning of this line is, it will initialize a counter variable count to 0. So it will initialize with 0. Then we will use the while loop. While parenthesis gr.next. Close the parenthesis. Then if any loop will come, we'll start the curly brackets. While is the loop. gr.next is, the name itself is that next. It will move to the next record if exists. gr.next. It will move to the next record if the record exists. Then we need to count, because count how many incidents are active. This part is we are completed, but we need to count. Count plus then semicolon. Plus is the increment value. Increase by 1 by 1. Count 1 by 1, because we are verifying the total number of incidents count. That's why 1 by 1 it will query and it will calculate. Increase the count by 1 by 1 for every incident found. Then finally, next step, gs.print. What we need to print? We need to print the total active incidents. Total active incidents. So it is a name or noun. Then and number of or count. And means plus count. Plus is the string. It will join, because total active incidents plus count. For example, count is the 30 instance. So it will give result as a total active instance 30, or count is 40, then total active instance count is 40. Like that it will display gs.print, that line meaning. So it will show the all active instance log of 30, total active instance 30, or total active instance 40, total active instance 50. That number it will show along with this message, total active instance. This is a name, this is a count number. Then we will check the line. For each and every line we need to apply the semicolon. Then we will check the code. Then we will run script. See, it's given the value. One by one it is came. gs.info will change info. Same, gs.print and gs.info are same. Where gr equal to new GlideRecord instant, gr.add query, active true, gr.query, where count equal to 0, where gr.next, count plus plus. Then we will change the slightly code. It will change the result. Then we will remove this curly braces. See, the format is changed. And once again it will remove, and we will add the curly brackets here, then format code, transcript. See, so it will apply for entire. Then row count, this way we can practice very easily. See, here total active instances are 47. By applying this filter, here also total active instances are 47. Just a minute. Total active instances are 47. Here active is true. By applying this filter, we run means it is showing total 47 instance, active instance. What we done, by applying the code, we have founded the total active instance in single step. In single step of the result. This way we can easily practice. So this is a simple way of practicing scripting. We have two types of scripting: client script and server script. Client script are different types. Server script are different types. Both script are using APIs, client APIs, and for server scripting we are using server APIs. So GlideRecord is the most important part of the server side scripting. Client side script work on the browser end, but server side is back end from database. So we are retrieving data by applying server scripting only, like that business tools, script include, like that. Okay, thank you for watching. Thanks to all.